Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to our new little show we like to call TheDiceVice, where our uniquely nerdy group of friends gather for some fun-filled adventures into worlds beyond our own, be it in realms beyond the planes of existence or into galaxies far, far away. And we, of course, would like to invite you to join us on the paths ahead, wherever they may lead. My name is Bailey, and for the most part, I will be your dungeon master, game master, and storyteller for these vigorous adventures. I've been running tabletop RPGs for roughly 12 years now. I started my journey with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and I slowly transitioned into other game systems, including the one we will be playing this evening, the Fantasy Flight Star Wars game system. Now, before we get into the introductions of our lovely cast of players, I'd like to take a brief second or two to make a few announcements regarding the channel, the stream, and some basic rules of the games and its community. So, as far as the rules and community guidelines go, rule number 1, hate speech, discrimination, and political discussions within this community will not be tolerated. Please keep this a safe place for everyone to enjoy. Rule number 2, some of the rules and content, i.e. monsters, items, etc., we use are homebrew creations and are being used for ease of play and storytelling. Please treat them as such, so no mini-modding, rule judging, or pocket DMing. Rule number 3, and the final rule, please treat our players and guest players with the respect and privacy they deserve. If they choose to keep their lives outside of this show private, please respect that and support their choice to do so. As far as our weekly schedule is concerned, our games will be held weekly, every Sunday evening, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, that being said, let's get into the introductions of my lovely Michelin star players for this adventure among the stars. First off, Alex, would you like to introduce yourself?
Go right ahead. My name's Alex. I'm a computer nerd, the local nerd for this group, I think, in terms of computers. I'd like to think I'm qualified in that regard. My hobbies include snowboarding and reading books mostly, playing video games occasionally, but I don't play too many on my own these days, mainly when my friends do.
All right, thank you. Next up, Danny, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Absolutely. I'm Danny. Some people know me by Dreamy. I play a lot of video games, a lot more than I believe I should. I'd say that's one of my biggest pastimes. I'm starting to get back into reading, luckily. And I highly recommend Cyberpunk Edgerunners. It is baller ass.
Alrighty, thank you. Next up, Madam, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name is Madam Hunter Lee. I am the digital artist for the group, so all the icons that you see, they are made by moi, along with the character tokens inside the game as well. Commissions are open if you want to contact me at madamhunterlee@yahoo.com or check out any of my social media sites, all under Madam Hunter Lee. I kept it very simple. Hobbies-wise, I draw. That's about it.
Alrighty. And Hunter, you are up.
I'm Hunter, a shitpost, and I'm gonna have to censor myself a lot to play this online with y'all.
Any hobbies amongst yourself?
Shitposting and building computers. That's about it.
Alright. And finally, Presley, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Presley. I'm a big anime nerd. I'm a big video game nerd. I'm a huge cosplayer. I love going to conventions and dressing up as a lot of characters. But yeah, that's about it for me. Oh, and I love dragons. They're my favorite.
Alrighty. So, now with all of that out of the way and no other announcements to get through, are you all ready to begin?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
All
to go.
right. Well, why don't we all jump into hyperspace and fly into tonight's episode of TheDiceVice. All right. So, picking up where we left off, on the desolate frozen wastelands of Vandor, an ice planet in the mid-rim, covered in heavy snow and dotted with cavernous mountain ranges, we find our band of unlikely survivors. Shipwrecked here after the shuttle transporting them to the center of the galaxy was suddenly shot down after exiting hyperspace. The shuttle crash landed roughly 300 miles west of the nearest civilized outpost. Finding most of the patrons of the shuttle had perished from the initial crash, the remaining persons still clinging to life, that being a Mandalorian human, a Zabrak, a Keldor, a Twi'lek, and an Ubiz. After scrounging what they could from the wreckage and gathering information from the repaired pilot droid, before the power system failed, the newfound companions, for their own safety and ease of travel, decide to move west towards the nearest settlement known as Fort Yipso. Traveling roughly 6 hours west on foot through the snow, the companions come upon something promising on the horizon. What looks like some kind of an abandoned facility, promising shelter from the coming storm and whatever creatures call this planet home. The companions scanned the surroundings and checked for any threats, finding nothing but crates of abandoned medical supplies, indicating the original nature of this facility. After hacking the control panel for the door and opening the interior of the facility, the party entered to search for more supplies and whatever else they could scrounge up. As the frozen blast doors slowly opened after years of neglect, the hangar bay revealed an old rundown ground cargo transport, an AA-5 speeder truck, as it is designated, needed a number of parts and work to make functional, and the two tech-savvy of the group decided to get to work while the others flipped the medical facility for anything worth keeping to take along the journey ahead. So, picking up where we had left off, currently inside of this abandoned medical facility, your party sits, two of you, SARS and Ash. You guys had set to work on the AA-5 speeder truck, the ground speeder, and were later joined by Arvax to help in the kind of reconditioning of this vehicle to at least get it functional for transport across these kind of barren wastelands of this planet. While Aola and Haruko, you guys were scrounging the rest of the facility for whatever you could find. Haruko, you were able to locate a handful of field rations that would help feed you for the next couple of days, along with a number of other unused and long expired materials throughout the facility. However, you guys are in the hangar bay. Currently, SARS and Arvax, you guys are aboard the transport. Haruko and Aola, you guys are off to the left-hand side of the vehicle, and Ash, you are currently scrounging through whatever else you can find wandering the facility for other apparent materials that could help you guys. So, what would everybody like to do from here? However, before we begin, I would indeed like everyone to go ahead and roll your destiny pool. So everybody needs to roll one of the force die to make up our destiny pool.
Fuck.
Oh, I didn't. There we go. Sorry.
Fuck. The Arbex, thank you.
Okay. And just need SARS. There we go. So we have 4 dark side points and
We're
2
fucked.
light side. So, using those, and those now guiding the journey ahead, let us begin. Wherever you guys would like to start, which one of you guys would like to do anything? You guys have the facility to explore, as you guys have only just arrived a few hours prior to this facility and made your way inside. So it is only early evening at this point.
Aeola's gonna hop up. Just kind of swing her way up to her feet. Doing a stretch. Alright, I'm gonna go explore around while they're trying to fix everything up. Do you want to come, Haruko?
No.
Alright, and she's just gonna start walking. And I'm making my way towards basically any door that opens.
So as you begin walking, making your way forward to the back of the speeder truck, that large door does revolve and does open to the ceiling, and that opens up, revealing a rectangular chamber where you do see the fully armored Ash currently is fiddling with a number of boxes along the wall.
Walking ahead, she's gonna kind of duck under the door while it's opening and like quickly do a hop up and tap it before it completely, opens. She's gonna walk in. Hello. Did you find anything useful yet?
Not quite.
No?
Nothing
Alright.
worth keeping.
Well, I'm gonna go explore. Going back there. She points to the door and just keeps walking straight. I'm assuming this is a door.
Yep. As soon as you walk up to that, again, the large blast door kind of opens up to the ceiling.
If you find a reactor or a battery of some sort, please call me. I need one.
I will keep an eye out for something that looks like one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She's gonna make her way over here and she's gonna go to the right.
So as you continue to the right, another door slides to the left-hand side and opens up, revealing a long hallway that heads down and then to the right.
Looking around, kind of looking along the wall, see if there's anything weird. Since there was something spidery mentioned, I'm looking for cobwebs.
Yeah. So as you're kind of looking along, this facility, although old, does appear to be rather clean. It has been sealed off from the elements. As you start making your way further down the hallway and make your way near a couple of the doors, there are 5 doors in this hallway that you are currently in, and as you walk up past one of them, the door opens up, and you can see on the inside, these are like barrack rooms. So you can see there are like a cot-style bed on the inside. There's a small desk, and then there is a little footlocker that's kind of sat closer on the adjacent wall to the desk.
I'm gonna scoot my way in one, and I'm gonna kind of see if this place has been lived in. Gonna scrounge around, see if I could find anything in the footlockers. Gonna check the desks, check the beds.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Make it 2 difficulty.
Okay. 2
First
difficulty.
roll of the night.
And it's me. Okay, perception, 2 difficulty, and bop. Yay!
There you go.
That's a success, I think, right?
That is indeed a success.
Yay!
So,
I percept good.
you do indeed percept good. So, as you begin looking and scrounging through this particular room, the bed is perfectly made. There's no wrinkles or anything in the actual sheets or the pillow. The desk itself is clean, other than a small, what appears to be data pad that is sitting on the desk itself. And then there is the foot locker along the right-hand side. As you kind of walk up, it is currently has a very old-style lock on it with like a latch. But as you lean down, you kind of pull on it, and just the typical old lock just kind of pulls free, just kind of clicks, and you flip it open. On the inside, you see a number of regular kind of everyday things, toothpaste, mouthwash, kind of a razor for cleaning, as well as beside it, each of the sections are kind of sectioned off. You do see a set of what appear to be fairly clean kind of military slash medic style fatigues. So they're kind of a dark green kind of jumpsuit that has the medical patch on the side of it.
Got it.
Along the arm.
I'm going to take the mouthwash.
Right.
And the razor. I pick it up and kind of flip it open if it flips open. And how sharp does it look?
It doesn't appear to have any rust on it. It does appear to have a very fine kind of like a normal razor would be, a very fine razor's edge on it. Whoever used it last, or if it has been used, took very good care of this particular tool.
I'm gonna kind of look over it, run my finger gently across it, nod, and I'm gonna pocket that as well. The data pad, I'm gonna scoop it up and kind of take a seat on the bed and try to go through it if I can.
Yep, so you kind of pick it up, and it has the data pad among the rest of the room is the only thing that kind of has, you can see as you look across the actual screen of the data pad, it does have kind of a thin layer of dust along it. You kind of give it a gust of air from your mouth, and it kind of immediately kicks the layer of dust off. However, as you kind of pick it up, it does not seem to have any power going to it currently.
Okay.
So the battery is probably long dead.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm just gonna toss it onto the bed and hop my way back up, and I'm gonna check the rooms essentially for anything interesting.
So as you kind of make your way through, I will say with the previous perception roll, you basically find the same thing in every single one of these 4 rooms. A data pad, you find the fatigues, the typical, like, the razor, everything you found in the first room, you found an additional set of it in the other room. The only one that is different is as you get near the end of the hall on the left-hand side, there is a washroom on the far end, and then the one bedroom, the one barrack room to the top, but right beside it. That one has a data pad on the inside that seems to be a little newer than the others. And as you kind of walk up and rub your hand across it, it does and just kind of glow.
Ooh.
It seems to have some kind of a charge left.
I'm gonna be nebby. I'm gonna go through it.
So as you kind of pick the data pad up, are you kind of reading it over as you're walking through the halls?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're kind of walking, you're just kind of flipping through it, and the data pad, it seems that the last time it was used, the last entry, was roughly about 15 years ago.
Oh.
So this facility has been down for a very long time, far back. But it does have what appears to be records of basically someone that is doing like a daily kind of journal, essentially. They're writing things down or typing things down about their kind of daily routine. So this is a medical facility that was kind of off the books, kind of a hidden medical facility, as this part of the galaxy is not normally kind of traveled to. It is early Republic and is a lot of medical records and medical training. So this was a facility for medical experiments, finding new cures for things, and experiments on pathogens and things that were adapted to live in extreme cold.
I'm not gonna read through all of it.
Yep.
Once I kind of get the gist, I'm gonna kind of power it down to keep its energy preserved. I'm gonna. How big are they? How big are the data pads?
Size of an iPad.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in my medical bag.
Okay, so you can mark it down in your inventory as you have one data pad.
Got it. And I am going to. Does it have any weight to it?
It wouldn't have any weight to it.
Gotcha.
It wouldn't give you any extra encumbrance to have a data pad.
Got it. All right, I'm going to making my way downtown. Can't help but say that now. Making my way. I don't know what this room is. Just kind of moseying my way down since I haven't seen any form of threat yet.
Yeah, as you kind of come around,
quiet anymore.
As you kind of come around that corner, you do recognize this as a typical kind of mess hall. There's 2 tables with a number of chairs. There's replicators and things for various points of food. But this appears to be a typical facility mess hall.
Okay.
But as you are kind of wandering around looking for various things, and then move along, as you continue to kind of wander, anybody else that wishes to do anything specific? Ash, anything you want to look for?
Yeah. One sec, my map's being screwy.
SARS, after working on the ship, would go up into the room he saw Ash enter.
So you'd be able to, after you and Arvax kind of put the finishing touches and kind of solder the last couple of wires together to at least get this vehicle functioning. You haven't had a first start up yet to see if this thing's going to work, but you have finished most of the major heavy lifting. SARS, you kind of make your way out the back ramp and kind of start heading towards the room you last saw Ash in.
Hey, Ash.
What, you split-faced piece of shit?
Buckethead, you want to go look for some weapons? See if they have anything left over?
If we can find a reactor, we can make a bomb.
A bomb, or try to power it, get the comms working.
Either way, the point still stands. The reactor would be useful. Something has to be powering this place.
We're not wanted for anything this time, right? Just double checking.
No, you are, but that's a different story. No, I am not.
Okay, good. So reactor, armory, in that order?
Fuck you.
Alright, did you see which way, medic went?
Taily went up. I don't know where else. I was absorbed in my box hunting.
Yeah, sounds about right. Then if Twi'lek went up, do you want to go left?
Let's try up and left, because I believe I saw her take a right on the corner before the door closed.
You lead the way? And he's gonna draw his pistol.
Okay, so you pull the blaster pistol off of your hip and begin to slowly kind of walk behind as you guys start to make your way up. As you approach the door opens to the ceiling and exposes the next kind of pentagon-shaped kind of room.
Better not be any fucking spiders.
So you do see there are 3 doors. There's one on the right, one directly ahead of you, one to the left.
Your pick.
So left.
Word.
Okay, so as you guys start making your way left, the door kind of opens up again. As you step in, this one you see has a number of banks. There are 2 walls of circuits in here. And as you step inside, not so much Ash as you are wearing your armor. SARS, though, as you step inside, you immediately feel a kind of slight kind of that tingle sensation kind of go across your skin as you step into this chamber, and there's kind of almost a static sensation on the inside of this chamber. Kind of a stale static.
Electricity. Or something. I don't know, I feel tingly. You?
No, I didn't swing that way.
I don't know. Said something else to that hut the other day.
You bring that up again and I will shoot you where you stand, my friend.
However, as you guys step inside, you see there are 2 walls of kind of a data bank that are kind of one in front of the other. And you see off to your left-hand side of this chamber, kind of what looks almost like a long tube with these kind of glowing white rods along the outside. And there appears to be about a dozen of them around the outside, and they kind of pulse with this kind of low-lit kind of white light.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
We kill ourselves with everything here? Only a joke. Only a joke.
Later.
Power. Probably.
Maybe.
So I was just gonna give it a look over.
Yeah. Go ahead and SARS, you can make a... Go ahead and make a 2 difficulty.
That's, purple?
Yeah, so 2 purple. Computers check.
You got it.
All right.
I'll take
So
it.
you got 1 threat, but you have 3 successes. So as you get up close and you see there is a small control panel on the side of the this kind of long contraption. You walk up and you start slowly kind of running your hand across this data pad and start looking through stuff, and you begin to see the power output. This specific section and this specific tool does indicate that there is a numerous amount of power within this cylinder. As you start kind of looking it over, you do realize that it is a power generator, but for some kind of a shield generator. So this facility has some kind of a shield generator to shield it from whatever is attacking from the outside. However, I will say that 1 threat, as you are kind of looking it over, you're kind of running through and flipping through the different sections of the data pad that's on the side of it. And as it does glitch out, and you see kind of like a static kind of go across the screen, and you watch 2 of the 4 kind of power banks slowly begin to recede. They slowly begin to die.
Alright, well, At least we know if we're here, we're safe from something. I don't exactly know what they were protecting from, but it seems to be for some kind of a shield. Whatever that be for, I don't really want to find out.
Bet you 15 credits it's the crick now.
The spider things?
Yeah, spider things.
Oh god, the spider things. Would be fun if it was.
Yeah, you remember that when I throw you to them. Can we work this into a bomb, and more importantly, should we remove it from the facility?
Removing it? I think let's try and find an alternative power source first. Otherwise, this is all we have. However, I could realistically try to route this power to the rest of the facility, but that'll take time.
Well, if it's a shield generator, it's shielding from something, as we pointed out. So last case on that one.
Yeah. Want to move on and look for a different reactor?
Might as well.
Something that won't leave us dead by removing it?
Not much fun in that.
No. But I
So,
don't think the
as
others
you-
appreciate it.
Sorry,
So-
continue.
As you guys push into this next chamber, you begin to hear again a very kind of low hum. You kind of hear this kind of buzzing sounds. And as you guys kind of step in, you kind of look off, and there is a slight kind of flickering glow to the right-hand side as you guys step down into this next chamber. And as you guys step in and look off to the right, you can see there is a set of stairs that head up into another chamber on your right-hand side that is currently guarded by a ray shield. You see the large kind of reddish-orange colored ray shield that is currently blocking a chamber beyond.
That looks like money.
Potentially.
Not physical money. What we're looking for.
Yes.
We'll get the real money later.
So as you guys kind of take a step towards it and you look up the staircase, you see this kind of large, at the top of the stairs, you see this kind of smaller room with this large cylindrical kind of pipe that goes from the floor to the ceiling. And you can see a crackling blue energy kind of sparking along the inside of the actual tube itself. SARS, you would recognize this as a power generator, not a shield generator like the previous one. This is the main power generator, hence the reason it's ray shielded. But it is in full effect and is fully functional. You just see it, all of that kind of electrical energy kind of sparking along the inside of this tube.
So what is it?
I want to try to shoot the perimeter of the ray shield with a slug thrower pistol to see if that turns it off.
Go ahead and make an attack with your blaster.
Ooh.
Okay, so you hit it. However, as you fire, I will say, you fire the pistol, and as it, you hear that. The rest of you guys that are in the chamber all of a sudden hear a blaster shot go off. SARS, you almost have to almost instinctually hit the floor as it hits the side of the kind of Durasteel wall, and the bullet just starts ricocheting all over the inside of this chamber. So that kind of ping, 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 before it eventually kind of wedges itself into a softer, kind of older part of the chamber and stops ricocheting.
Well, that was a...
I'm going to leave this to you, I think.
Yeah, I'll...
I'll just be here.
Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah.
So you just kind of walk up and just kind of lean up against the wall, just kind of sit there. SARS, as you kind of look around, indeed, you kind of make your way over, and there's a large computer kind of data screen on the side of the chamber.
Does it seem to have any, like, way to pull it away from the wall? Or any way that I could pull it off of the wall if I were to wedge it away?
No, this is like a full-on like computer like built into the side of the.
Okay, so it would take
wall.
like some serious. It would take like some kind of serious cutter to get it out of the wall, and actually mess
Yeah,
with
this
the
is
wires.
this is like a massive, like basically the giant computer system that they had on Hoth that they were using to
Okay,
data
yeah.
stuff. It's literally built in. The system is built into the facility.
Okay, yeah. Then SARS is gonna try and mess around with the computer screen, see if he can work his way in, get himself access to it to lower the shield.
Okay, so go ahead and make a 3 difficulty, and I will put 1 black, so one black die on that roll as well. Go, computers check.
Let me check something. Where is it? Is that talents? Okay, that's only mechanics. Never mind. Computers?
Yep, so 3 difficulty, so 3 purple, 1 black. Okay. So you have 1 advantage, which you could in turn pass to the next person to make a check. However, that is a failure. So as you are tampering with the computer, this computer system, especially something as complex and as secured as a power generator, the main power generator for this facility, you are unable to hack your way in to having access to this computer system, and you keep getting the same error message over and over and over again as you sit for the next couple of minutes trying your best to continuously hack into this more advanced than you expected system.
In that case, these 2 down here, these are 2 other computers, yeah?
Yep, those are computers, and there's another computer over here.
Would SARS be able to try and hack into one of those to get some sort of a password?
Yeah, you could. You kind of make your way over there. You start looking, the 2 along the bottom, so these 2, you see have multiple small screens. There's probably 5 or 6 screens on each of the computer banks. And as you kind of look at them, they are powered down at the moment. However, as you kind of go under the desk and flip the large power switch on each side for each of the 2 computers, they power up. In turn, they begin to show as each of the screens kind of vroom, 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 they begin to power on. They begin to power the security cameras on the inside of this facility. So they begin to show you footage, a live footage of what is everywhere else in this facility. So you see the mess hall where you currently see Aola. You see the hangar bay where you see the speeder truck. You currently see Haruko leaning up against a crate. You see the main kind of comms center, which was near the front where you guys were previously. You see a kind of guard barracks. There's a what appears to be a medical bay, which was the other room that was at the very top. You can see there's a large kind of glass tube with this kind of floating blue, kind of glowy blue liquid in it. Probably a bacta tank of some kind. There's the servo room with the shield generator, which you guys were just in. And there's also a guard training facility where you can see there is a shooting range and a kind of combat kind of training area.
Is there a microphone?
There is a microphone attached to it.
Hey, Ash, get over here quick.
What now?
There's security cameras and there's a microphone.
That's a horrible, horrible plan.
Maybe.
Anyways, what are we thinking?
You want to tell him the ship is overrun by the spider? Or not the ship, the base?
Is there like a button I have to press to activate it, or?
The mic, yes, it's like the old school kind of you push the red button and you talk into the mic and then you let go of the button.
I'm just gonna press the red button.
Okay, because you kind of push the red button. Those of you in the rest of this facility immediately hear that kind of immediately turn on like the old school high school PA system kind of, and then the silence as the mic is turned on.
I'm going to fire 3 shots from the slug thrower pistol, and then scream into the mic, "We're being overrun with Krykna!" and fire 2 more shots before cutting it off.
Okay. So as you guys hear this kind of echo over the entire system, you guys hear kind of the 3 shots go off. You hear the, and then you hear him shout this to you, and then 2 more shots go off, and then the mic cuts off.
SARS is gonna follow up really quickly. Northwest! Northwest, quick! Hurry!
I guess we'll start moving that way.
Okay, so Arvax, you come kind of stumbling out of the back of the AA5 speeder truck and start heading that direction towards the northwest corner.
Mm-hmm. Say a
Or-
door I can go through right here.
Yeah, that door just kind of opens to the ceiling.
Yeah, I'll just slowly make my way that way.
Okay, so you start running that way. Aola, what are you doing?
Aola kind of pausing, kind of like looking around the room, like the heck. He's just gonna. All right, door in front of me. Going that way, I guess.
And
Gonna stuff the data pad in her bag.
And Harko.
She's going to walk towards the back of the ship, like the entrance of it.
Yep.
And then just kind of stand there.
Okay.
She's gonna stand right there.
Alright, so you're just standing at the actual like loading bay of the speeder truck as the rest of your party is just like taking off towards where this call for help came from.
She'll pull up her blaster in a process as well.
All right, so you kind of just sit there with the blaster at your side, kind of looking around, waiting. So Arvax and Aola, as you guys are rushing towards Arvax, you get there first. Aola, you're there shortly after. As you guys barge into this chamber, the door kind of opens up, and you guys step into the chamber at the upper left-hand corner where the shield generator is, and the power generator, and you just see the 2 SARS and Ash kind of sitting behind a computer system with the 2 ray shields behind them, completely fine with no serious danger to themselves.
Where are the enemies?
SARS is,
I know you know how to get down a ray shield.
SARS is gonna whisper to Ash. Well, at least we know which ones we can trust.
I mean, yeah, that's good. Probably not after this, but you know.
Lean over
Aola
here,
runs in.
whisper
She
real
has her
quick.
knife in hand and like preparing to stab motion. Sees nothing's in the room. Just
I think we're up against a couple shifters. They've taken on the form of our teammates after killing them brutally.
Quick, what's my favorite color? Just pointing at Ash.
Green, pink.
Wrong! He's like,
I
guess
don't
it's
know
not-
you.
Wait, I have a guess. My turn.
Yes.
It's your favorite color.
No shit!
Well, at least I'm right.
Yeah, no, sorry, that was, I'm gonna be honest, that was mostly a test to see, one, who would respond, and two, whether or not the systems actually worked. Apparently they do.
Which is surprising that it works because this facility is over 15 years old.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
She puts away her combat knife.
That's almost as old as me.
Just resheathing it. You're only 15 years old?
I said almost. I'm a couple years
Ah.
older than that.
He's 12.
Okay. I see that fall earlier caused a little bit of brain damage. I'll keep that in mind, just in case I need to look you over. It's okay.
I reiterate, can either of you get through a ray shield? Because if not, I'm about to run into it.
Why would you run into the ray shield?
That would
I
hurt.
don't know, momentum? Shooting it didn't work.
Should you be shooting at the ray shield? What is behind the ray shield?
A bomb, potentially, depending on whether or not I can get my hands on it.
If it's a bomb, why
No.
are you shooting at it?
It's not a bomb.
I'm not shooting at the bomb, I'm shooting at the thing guarding it. There's a slight difference.
It's still. I would request we wouldn't mess with anything like that, because we don't know what will power down the station, or what will cause something to go off in the station, because the last thing we want is this place to be flooded by cold.
Hey,
Because right now, this is our safest place.
Ash, can I just mention something to you?
If you want.
If this power goes down, the shield generator goes down, any power and warmth that we have is gone, and any likelihood of, let's assume that that rust bucket runs on electricity and not on some kind of fuel. We lose any power to that.
Okay, but what if we take the power source from the base, jam it into that thing?
Yeah,
And
I
then
like
go.
the way you think, but that's
And then turn it into a bomb. I mean, there's always a solution.
To chime in, we should get the vehicle up and working before doing anything with the system in here. Because if we shut down the entire power outlet just to make a bomb, whatever is out there might try to get in here and we'll have nothing to protect the door.
Okay, but Split Lip wouldn't be in here with me if he didn't already have it fixed to a point where he was sure it would work.
I don't know if it works. I didn't start it. to be fair.
Considering that you thought 12 was higher than 15, I wouldn't be listening to you for advice right now.
12 isn't higher than 15. I'm calling him a child and saying he doesn't know math.
I understand, but do keep in mind I need to keep anything in the tablet just in case there's something wrong with you. How about we
120.
figure out how to use the thing or try to get food? Because I'm starting to get a little bit hungry and I was on my way to the mess hall.
Food?
Exactly, food. Food sounds good right now. I'm gonna go look for food. Seeing that you guys are not being overrun by spiders, that could possibly be edible. And she turns around and starts heading right back towards the mess hall.
Not possibly. Cricknet are for sure edible. They just taste horrible.
It's still edible.
I'm gonna hope
If
they have
we get
something other than Krigna here.
Oh,
Hmm.
and thanks for showing up, guys.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
ones do you
Next time,
two
make
more
sure
than the
there are
other
actually
one?
some spiders.
Before you go,
Yes.
do either one of you know how to lower this?
I really don't. Sorry.
We really would like to get in there and see what
I-
actually makes this thing tick.
I
By
am-
shooting it again and again and
I
again.
am no.
I think that's certain death.
Eventually,
that-
it'll run out of power.
That is
Okay,
a
but
fair
what if it
point.
causes the security system to fly up? We don't want that happening either.
Security system.
What
goes up,
security
the door is
system?
Shut, the stairs go away because the
This thing
door
has
is
been up and running for 15 years straight, and it seems to be uninhabited. I do not know what is hidden in every single corner.
Place looks abandoned. Let's be real.
It's abandoned, let's be honest.
I mean, it is kind of abandoned. I'm currently reading up about it, but oh well. I'm gonna go look for food.
Okay.
You guys have fun in here. Please do not jack up the power until we get the thing up and running.
I'll try.
The brick up and running so that we can at least get out of here.
God, I hate that name.
Well, that's what it's named now. And it has a cute little charhound on the side of it too.
Sure, hounds are cute.
They
I
are
can't wait to
cute.
sell it.
That's okay.
They taste delicious.
Charhounds? Oh, I bet they do. I've never seen one actually. I'm getting distracted. I'm gonna go look for food. My stomach is rumbling. And I'm
I'll
gonna
help you out.
actually just
Enjoy your blasting.
yay, looking for food.
So anyways, I started blasting.
Oh god, hate Danny DeVito.
Oh god. Alrighty. You're gonna shoot it again?
Yep!
Oh no!
Sars
This is a
hits the
bigger gun,
ground.
so it might work better.
Sars hits the fucking ground.
He pulls in his. So as soon as you see Ash unshoulder the large slug thrower rifle, Sars immediately goes. It just goes flat on the floor as you guys hear a loud kind of go off as the bullet once again hits the door. However, it goes ping, 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 and continues to ricochet. However, luckily for you, it does not hit anything. But it is unable to penetrate a ray shield.
Thought the bigger one would work.
I like the idea. Texan mindset, bigger is better. But maybe not in this case. You are slow. You are so lucky you're a good shot.
Or I'm a really bad one. I'm just really lucky.
Maybe that. I don't know.
Alrighty. So, as you guys are messing with the shield, okay, Aola and Arvax, both you guys go ahead and roll average, so that's 2 purple, average difficulty perception checks as you guys are searching for food.
May the Twi'lek's stomach guide me. Twi'lek's stomach has guided me.
A threat, and Arvax finds nothing. Failure. Wandering around looking through stuff. You find more of the foot lockers with uniforms and stuff like that in them. Aola, however, you do find the previously opened crate that Haruko found that had the food in it. Beside another crate that you crack open and see there is another number of roughly 15 rations
food
that are on the inside.
I'm gonna check it over, make sure it's okay, not moldy or anything.
They seem to be within code.
I'm going to immediately scarf at least 2 down.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
So Aola just makes her way. This is the storeroom right here. So you just make your way into this and just Aola just drops down crisscross applesauce and just starts ripping packages of rations open and just starts shoveling food in her face.
Yep. Just mid mouthful. Arvax!
Find something?
You want one?
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. And I toss him a pack as she's opening the second one.
Kind of step into the other room real quick over here and then
We
eat.
found it. We get dibs.
All right. So Arvax, you make your way over. Or you're removing the helmet, I'm assuming.
Yeah, to eat.
Kind of
I got it.
get away from everybody else and remove the helmet to start shoveling your food in as quickly as possible before putting the helmet back on. All right.
Once done eating, I toss the wrappers back in the box, like basketball style, and I'm holding the rest of them so that I can deliver the food to everybody.
So, as you are in there, Arvax, you're eating. Haruko is at the ship. Aola, you're at the just finished eating and are currently gathering the remainder of the rations. Ash and SARS, what are you guys doing? Are you wanting to make another making another computer check to try and see if you can get this shield down? Are you guys going to continue to try and manhandle it and continue shooting at the wall?
SARS is gonna try, or is gonna check out this computer over here.
Okay, so you kind of make your way over to the other computer system, and this one boots up. This one doesn't contain any of this computer security cameras. This one contains a numerous amount of other information. And as you begin to kind of look through it, go ahead and make an average difficulty perception check.
Average is 2?
Yep.
You got it. Where's P? Perception. Bam.
There you go. So, successful. That's 3 successes.
Nice.
As you begin scrolling through rapid fire, you begin scrolling and clicking buttons and scrolling through stuff to eventually find a file that does contain the logins and all of the passwords for any of the computer systems within the facility. This is one of the officers' stations, and you are able to successfully scroll through it and gather information to be able to locate said password and login.
By any chance, would he be able to link any of the data from this computer onto Ayla's datapad? Or would that have to be a direct transfer over?
If she was here, it would be a direct transfer to that datapad.
Okay. He's going to keep the screen up.
Yep.
And he's going to take the user and password it would take for this specific, what's it called?
Computer?
Yeah.
Access panel?
That's it. And he's going to input the user and password.
Okay, so as you walk back over, you get the correct clearance, username and password. Begin to type it into the control access panel, and as you do, you are able immediately. You have 2 kind of orange bars that are currently on the screen, and as you kind of look over, you can see Ash behind you as you reach up with your index and pinky finger, kind of put your finger on both of them, and as you drag your hand across the screen downward, you see and hear, as well as Ash in this chamber, you guys hear that as the 2 ray shields that were blocking the power generator, they immediately power down and release, allowing you guys to immediately start to look up and allow access to the generator up higher.
Well, that's what we wanted. Just to be clear, no bombs until we figure out what we can do with it.
I make no promises.
If I can get it working for the ship, can we avoid using it as a bomb until we ditch that ship?
Fine.
Okay, cool.
All right. So as you guys head up there, there's a main control panel in front of the generator itself, and then there's another one off to the left-hand side that's kind of tucked into the corner with another control panel on it. I will say, SARS, you are the mechanical tech whiz of the 2 of you. As you kind of look it over, the one in front of you is the control panel directly for controlling said power generator in the center with the large tube with the electrical energy flowing through it. The one on the left-hand side is the control panel of which monitors the power output. So as you kind of look over to the left, you can see it has all the power levels on it. Similar to the one that with the shield generator, this data kind of has the bars for each of the outputs for this generator itself, which are, after what Aola told you, after 15 years of being abandoned, this facility still has full capacity of its power cell, and is completely functional.
So, Ash, I'm gonna take a look at the computers. Can you go look over there? And he points to the rest of the room, and see if there's any power cells. Maybe a large battery, something smaller than this that we can carry.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna start checking over here.
So as you start kind of looking through, go to make a average difficulty perception check.
Average is 2, right?
Two purple. SARS, what are you doing?
He's gonna look at the power output panel.
Okay, go ahead and make a computers check. Single difficulty. All right, Ash. There you go. Now we're starting to roll good, guys. This is what we want.
Oh, and just for funsies, because you said I could, can I throw my extra advantage from before on there?
You could. So, as Ash, are you giving the advantage to Ash, or are you...
I'm going to give it to Ash, for sure.
Okay, so the way this is going to work going forward with the advantage, it has to be the immediate next check.
Okay.
It's not going to be held for a long time. So, like with Ash rolling before you for this check, for instance, with the perception, he rolled the 3 successes and an advantage. He could then pass that advantage to you.
I get you. Okay.
When he passes that advantage to you, you don't want to roll right away until he's rolled, because if he passes the advantage to you, it gives you an additional blue die, a boost die.
Okay.
So, we'll say separately, Ash, you start scrounging through stuff, and you do find what appears to be a decent-sized power cell, currently kind of stuck in what appears to be a coupler. So it's been set up to be charged. It just hasn't been hooked to the power cell itself. It hasn't directly connected itself to the generator. So the power cell is currently in this coupler. So that is good. SARS, however, you are on the computer system, and you are doing what, you said?
Just checking to see what outputs there are.
Alrighty. So as you look, there are the power outage. So this, the power capacity for this power generator is for the whole facility. So there's the facility that is running the lights, that is running the shield generator, that is running the communication center. All of it is at full output right now, as well as all of the blast doors. Everything that is going on in this facility right now is powered by this single generator. There's a major amount of output coming from this generator. However, none of it does seem to be malfunctioning, and it does kind of surprise you that 15-year-old abandoned facility is still up and functional.
You know, funny enough, this is more advanced than those huts had.
Is that good or bad for us?
Honestly, I'd say pretty good. This, despite the planet, wouldn't be a bad place to keep his, I guess, a little home base, if you will. Just gives us somewhere that we know we can stay, if need be. In the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
keep it on the table for further use.
Yeah. Battery though?
Can I plug the battery in, or?
You can. Go ahead and make a average difficulty mechanics check.
Oakley dokley.
Could,
Pass
since-
your advantage.
Yeah.
You could, so all right. Hunter, for the sake of this, why don't we re-roll that check? Give yourself an additional blue die. So your advantage from SARS is being passed to you. So you get an additional blue die with this mechanics check.
Okay.
There you go, 2 successes. So you didn't actually need it because you didn't get anything on the blue die. It was blank, which happens. But you got 2 successes. So without any real hassle, you kind of reach down into this kind of large cylindrical tube where this power cell is. And you see at the back there is a power coupler. You kind of grab both sides of it, thread it on, and then turn the coupler. As soon as you turn the coupler, you immediately kind of see a kind of begin to the power cell itself begin to slowly pulse and kind of and then begin to glow bright as it is beginning to fill the charge of this power cell from the generator itself, and it is filling fairly quickly. So you are successful in connecting this power cell to the generator itself and are filling the power cell.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess it's just waiting now.
Works for me.
Indeed. So, as you guys are doing that, Haruko, what are you doing over by the ship?
Do I hear anything else, like through the intercom?
You don't hear anything else through the intercom. You do hear another loud gunshot go off from kind of echoing from that same direction. But nothing else kind of going on in the facility currently. The lights occasionally will flicker, but this hangar bay is kind of that eerie silence. And you're kind of just leaning up against the back of the speeder truck.
I am going to go into this room over here.
Okay, so you start kind of making your way to the left. As you walk up, the door kind of opens up to the left. See, as soon as you enter here, there are 2 doors, one on your left, one on your right, and there's a 3rd door directly ahead of you.
She's going to go through this door right here.
Okay, so as the door kind of opens up, you see this room is dark. As you enter, the lights kind of light up this chamber that kind of flicker on, the lights come on. This appears to be some kind of a briefing room. You can see there's a large panel on the wall that would be some kind of a screen. There's a long table with a number of chairs that kind of circle around the outside of it. This is some kind of a briefing room.
Is there anything on the table?
There is not currently.
Right, she's just going to walk back out.
That room was currently empty.
Right, she's going up to this door.
Okay, so as you step up, you enter this room and it opens up. And as you step in, you immediately kind of look around and you can see there's a large kind of pad that is set out on the ground. And then off to the left-hand side, you can see somewhat of like a longer chamber off to the left-hand side.
Let's see what's over here.
So as you step in, you can see what appears to be a target range. You can see there are 3 dummies at the end of the hall. There's a long Durasteel table that kind of sits along the front where you would stand at. And to the left and behind you, there is a large set of lockers that are on the wall that currently have these little blue lights on each of the doors.
Blue lights on each of the doors?
Each of the locker doors has a little blue light on it.
Go up to the lockers.
Yeah. So you kind of step up to the locker. There's these large kind of dark metal lockers that are recessed into the wall itself.
Are they locked? Or are they unlocked?
You can try and unlock them if you wish to.
I'll try to unlock one.
Okay. So you kind of reach up and grab the handle, and as you try to pull, it it's currently locked. However, as you run your hand near that blue light, you see it change color. So as you get your hand closer, it turns red.
Oh, it's like a scan type of locker.
This is a scanner of some kind.
Is there like an alternate? Is there like a key card reader on like a main panel, or is it just the two lockers?
There are three main lockers, these three large lockers up on the wall. And this little scanner, you can assume, is probably for either a key card or like a thumbprint or something along those lines. It is an identification unlock.
She's gonna pull out the key card that she got from like the cafeteria lunch table a bit ago, and she's gonna try to like see if any of that works on any of these.
Okay. So as you go ahead and take the key card and you flash it towards this kind of flash up towards this little blue light, whereas before when you moved your hand near it, it went red. You see that same blue light go green, and it goes and you hear the door pop on the locker.
And she's gonna put it away, and then she's gonna open the locker.
Okay, so as you kind of peer inside, you do see what appears to be this kind of longer rifle type weapon that is stuck up in the locker, and a number of other smaller kind of cylinders along the bottom of the locker itself.
The cylinders, you say?
Yeah.
Look at the cylinders to see what the heck they are.
Okay. Go ahead and make a average difficulty warfare check. So that's 2 difficulty warfare check.
The picture of what color dice that is. Average difficulty?
Yep, so 2 purple.
Okay. 2 purple, and then on what was it called again? Sorry.
It's a warfare check, so it's under your knowledge skills.
Warfare. Oh, that's blue.
There you go. So, as you kind of look inside, you see the rifle kind of sitting up, is kind of hung up in the holster inside of the locker, and these cylinders. These cylinders, as you kind of pick one, are you picking one up, or are you just kind of looking at them?
No, if it's on like the floor level, I'm guessing if it's tall locker, she's just gonna get on like her knees and like just look, crouch down and just kind of stare, see what if it has printing or something on it to read.
Yeah, it is not. It is up on. It's like up off the ground and built in the wall, so you're kind of eye level with the weapon itself.
But how about the cylinders, right?
The cylinders and the weapon. Like it's a standing locker, so it's like something somebody could put in very quickly.
But I guess I'm gonna grab it then if it's not low level.
Okay, so you kind of pick it up, and I will say with your check, which was 2 successes but 2 threat, as you pick it up, you pick this first one up, and you kind of grab one from the front. It's got a little dust on it. You kind of blow the dust off, and you look it over. And as you look it over, you begin to recognize what this is. These are ion grenades. So they are designed to take down droids, technology, vehicles. They are like an anti-vehicle, anti-technology weapon. So basically it sends out an electrical shock that basically temporarily fries any electrical weapons, any electrical droids, anything like that.
Okay.
However, as you pick it up and you bring it close to you, you immediately start to see the lights around the top of it. It has these little lights that kind of go around the top of the barrel. You begin to see the lights begin to light up one after the other.
On the cylinder? What?
On the top of the cylinder, you begin to see the one go beep, beep, beep.
She's gotta throw it towards the dummies over here.
Yeah, yeet.
All right.
Yeet.
So,
and jump
ahead.
over here.
Okay. So go ahead and make an athletics check. Just an average difficulty athletics check.
Just so nothing on it, just normal.
Yep. Average 2
Okay.
difficulty.
Oh, average 2 difficulty. Okay.
Yeah, average is 2 difficulty.
Ooh.
Okay, there you go. So as it goes, you begin to see these lights on the top begin to slowly blink off and turn off, signaling you clue in that it's some kind of a countdown. You lob the grenade into the corner where where those dummies are, and it kind of bounces into the corner, and you dive out of the way. As you dive out of the way, you kind of cover up and duck, and then you hear the kind of this kind of loud, kind of echoing, kind of explosion of static. You're unaffected. However, as you look to the corner, there's kind of this blue staticky glow in the corner of that kind of shooting range. So you understand now what these are. However, the one that you picked up seemed to be an unstable one of these older ion grenades. It seemed to be unstable and had gone off just from the shake of you picking it up.
Great. Okay. She's gonna go. She's gonna turn, or not turn. Peek around the corner, take a look, see, all that.
Yep.
She's gonna go back to the locker, and you said there's another one, and then a rifle type of gun in there.
So there appears to be 5 more of these cylinders, these ion grenades. So there are 5 more of the ion grenades kind of sitting in there. There is also what appears to be, like you said, there is that rifle that is sitting up in the corner.
She's gonna take the rifle.
Okay. So you kind of pick up the rifle and kind of look it over, and it appears to be your typical blaster rifle. It's not anything special. It's not anything crazy. It's just your average kind of blaster rifle.
Okay. And she's gonna try and hope that one of the grenades, or the electric grenades, she's gonna just try to take one.
Okay. So you add
For herself.
so you can add 1 ion grenade to your inventory. And then you can add 1 blaster rifle to your inventory as well.
Okay. I'll look up the stats and whatever later.
No problem.
Cool. She's gonna keep the locker open,
Yep.
but she's gonna go back down. Or actually, no. Yeah, actually, yeah. She's gonna go out the door right here, where she came in.
Okay.
Like, go back here.
So you start heading back towards where the hangar bay is, where the speeder truck is. All right. So, as you guys, you kind of make your way back to the hangar bay at Haruko. Aola, you have finished eating at this point. Arvax as well, and the other 2, you guys have filled the power cell with the energy being outputted by this power generator. What do you guys wish to do?
I'm going to carry. I'm going to wait for Arvax in the main area here. And once I see him, I'm going to start carrying all the rations to the vehicle to kind of store them in some place.
Okay.
But I'm going to take one of the rations. I'm going to try to find a hidden compartment in the vehicle to hide it.
So you start making your way back. Arvax, are you following Aola?
I'll follow along.
Okay, so you start following Aola back to the truck. Haruko, you see as you are coming back as well, you see the other two kind of making their way back up into the back of the speeder truck.
Haruko now just has this big, like, blaster rifle.
When I get into the speeder truck, can I look around to see if I could find like a hidden compartment?
Kind of go ahead and make a average difficulty perception check.
Alrighty. No.
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 Threat. So, you are unable to find any hidden compartments, as this is a industrial vehicle designed for transportation of goods, mainly medical supplies, probably for this facility, and there are no hidden compartments within this vehicle. At least that you were able to locate.
Yeah. Just gonna kind of like place all the food on like a table or whatever is available, like a chair or something, holding like one and then just putting it in her bag.
So you put one of them in your bag. There is like a small kind of cabinet built into the wall that you kind of open and shove the food in.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I'll snag one as well
Snag.
while we're doing this.
Huh?
I'll snag one as well. It just kind of disappears into the
We're
boat.
hiding food for ourselves.
Just securing food first. You never know what these other guys are going to act like.
Exactly.
All right. So you guys each have a single ration kept to yourselves. The rest you guys pack away for the remainder of your group. Haruko, you are coming back with an ion grenade and a blaster rifle.
Oh, I put the grenade in my bag. I'm sorry.
I'm understanding that. I'm just saying you are
Oh.
returning with loot as well.
Oh, yes, sorry. I thought you were saying I had, like, the grenade out. I'm like, no, I'm carrying the rifle, but that's
Yeah.
it.
You're just carrying the blaster rifle along.
Mhm.
But you do see the other two step into the back of the speeder truck.
She'll join. She'll just see what they're doing.
So you kind of
I
step
put
up
food
into
in the
back.
cabinet.
I'm sorry.
You step
put-
up.
Sorry.
You step up into the back of the speeder truck and you see Aola and Arvax. Arvax is kind of in near the front of the kind of storage compartment. Aola is currently shoving what looks like ration packs into the cabinet of the truck.
All right. You seem to have found something.
Yeah, there's additional food in there. So just in case you guys get hungry, it's in there.
Right. How was that lovely alarm they have announced earlier?
Oh, they're fine.
Oh, I know. That's why I didn't go. Just gonna like, is there a seat or?
A couple of seats in the back. So on either side, near the back loading dock, so like the loading gate, there are kind of 4 bucket seats built into the either side of the kind of outer hull of the ship itself, and then there is the cockpit up at the front, which has 2 seats.
She's just gonna sit near the bucket seats on the side. She's just gonna look at the rifle, see, check if it's loaded, if there's any rust, if it looks new, old. Just kind of inspect it.
So as you kind of look it over, it does appear to be older. It hasn't been used like Aola was able to find out. Probably about 15 years it hasn't been fired. But it does seem to have a full mag currently in the chamber. So it does have a full magazine currently in it. But it seems to be in functioning condition. It has no rust on it or anything like that. It was stored properly. as you guys are kind of gathering yourselves within the speeder truck. Ash and SARS, what are you guys doing? Hunter. You're muted, Hunter. There you go.
SARS is going to walk over to Ash, and how big is the battery?
It is large enough that at full charge, it will take both of you to carry it.
Okay.
Like, it basically is a large, probably about 2 foot long cylinder, roughly about the diameter of a basketball, with 2 large kind of square handles on it that you guys are each going to have to lift and carry.
Is there some sort of cart in the room, like one of the hover carts?
As you kind of look around, there is not.
Damn.
How would you get it down the stairs with a cart?
It's a hover cart. But anyways, ready to get this thing out of here?
Yeah, let's do this.
If you want, I saw a shooting range on the camera. I believe it's on this side of the facility, and we can make a quick stop there, if you want.
I'd rather get out of here.
True, I understand that, yes. That's cool and all. But you seem to want to shoot a lot. And I think a dummy would be better than me.
You know what? Fine, you're right. When we get back there, I will shoot the tailhead, and then we can get this over.
Alright.
All right,
Wait.
so both...
Wait a minute. That's hermetic. If anything, shoot horny.
Which one is are there two? No, I'll just shoot the robot. I think it's a robot. I'm gonna tell this ship it's a robot.
Yeah, but those two are the ones that came to us.
You're right, I'll shoot horny.
All right, so you guys are carrying the power cell back to the ship, making a pass by the shooting range. Correct?
Huh?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I
Alright.
was just gonna force you to go down into the store.
I'm gonna drop the damn battery if you do.
All right. So as you guys continue to, you both pick up each side of this large battery and start heading your way back towards the speeder truck in the hangar bay. A few moments later, those of you that are in the back of the speeder truck hear the large blast door open, and the door opens up, and you see the other two, SARS and Ash, heading back with each holding one end of a very large, what looks like a big power cell they're carrying.
We found a bomb!
It's not a bomb yet.
Yet.
Why are we making it a bomb?
I promised him that the only way I could get him to not make it into a bomb now was a promise that when we ditch his ship, he can bomb it. Which I think is a fair compromise.
A bomb is useful for hunting as well as defense.
Yeah, so if anything, if we somehow run into those giant spiders, we have a
Or
giant...
people.
Yeah, we have a giant mobile bomb.
I guess that makes sense.
All right. So-
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna
What would
say
you
that
like to do?
SARS is going to try, or is going to find where the battery would hook up.
Okay. So, as you kind of You have already found the previous location of where the old power cell was, which was depleted. You were able to remove it during your mechanics check previously. However, you and Ash carry the new one in, stick it into the cabin, and are able to successfully hook it up to the new power cell. And the A5 speeder truck, dubbed the Brick, is currently awaiting the first startup after your mechanics checks.
All right. I'm gonna get this thing started. If anyone wants to go and try and charge the second cell, we can. I don't think it'll be an issue though. Who else knows how to pilot? Anyone?
I'm not great at it.
I have never tried before, but I'm willing to.
You remember last time?
Edgy? And he's gonna point to Haruko.
I have a name, you know.
It's horny.
I'm sorry, I'm not great with names. I do a lot of nicknames. Is there something I could call you that's a little easier to remember?
Haruko?
Haruko. Horn and Co. Like a company. Haruko. I can remember that.
Can you remember Har?
I can remember Haruko or Har.
We'll start there.
Okay. Do you know how to pilot a ship?
Mr. DM, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so if I have, like, because I'm looking at my skills, if it has a blue check, does that technically mean I would know or no?
Let me look. So, it would be under, for this vehicle, it would be under your skills, and it would be under piloting planetary. So it is under your career skills.
Okay.
So it is something that you have a career skill in. But so you know how to do it. But you just have the typical three green dice.
Yeah, because I have the blue check, but I don't have, like, you know.
Yep.
It's better than the 2 green dice, but it's 3 green dice instead.
So if you are not terrible, but you are average at you are fairly average at piloting a planetary vehicle as such as this ground transport.
Not the worst, but not the best. More average.
All right. Do you want to co-pilot?
Yeah, I'll try.
All right. Cool. Then I'm gonna try and get this rust bucket started. Sorry, the Brick. He says that back into the cabin.
Such a
Thank
stupid
you.
fucking name.
It's fitting.
All right. So as the two of you guys kind of make your way up and begin the checks for pre-flight, I need go ahead and alrighty. Yeah, so both of you guys, either one of you can help the other and give one advantage, so you would get an extra blue die. Or you can each make separate piloting planetary checks to begin firing this vehicle up.
Do you want the advantage?
Yeah, I'll go with advantage if you want.
Yeah,
So you
because
are-
I only have 3 green. I'm a little nervous on that.
I have a yellow and green, but I'm confident with it.
Okay.
All right, so SARS, you will add an extra additional boost die, which is 1 blue, to an average difficulty piloting planetary check as you start to fire up the brick.
The boulder.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Crit.
Yeah.
There you go with the triumph. So, after all of the work you, Ash, and Arvax had put in to fix the faulty wiring, the faulty mechanics, you guys begin flipping switches. You are telling Haruko, okay, I need you to flip this switch. I need you to push this button to begin firing this thing up, which has probably not run for 15 years. However, as you flip switches, the lights begin to click on. The power cell is properly coupled to the vehicle, and you guys begin to see, those of you in the back of the actual cargo compartment begin to see the lights on the inside turn on, begin to feel the kind of atmospheric change on the inside of this. Haruko, you instinctually lean over and flip another switch, and you guys at the back hear the lift gate at the back kind of and lock and seal. As you guys seal off the inside of this hulk of a transport. And with the honors, SARS, you lean over and throw the final lever forward to fire the engines up. And with a very loud kind of roaring hum and a puff of black smoke, the brick fires to life, and you guys have this large vehicle begin to roar, and the gravitational dampeners begin to hum and produce the downforce, and the anti-grav system begin to lift the vehicle as you guys feel the brick lift off the ground as you guys begin to hover, and has successfully got this vehicle running. And you guys are prepared to push forward on your journey to hopefully find your way to salvation and escape from this desolate wasteland. So, which one of you guys is going to have to open the blast door if you guys wish to leave the facility and see where you guys are able to head out?
I'll do it.
All right, so Aola, you kind of go to the back of it, flip the switch, the gate at the back lowers, allowing you to hop out. You run around, open the blast door, which immediately, as the blast door opens, Aola, you get that very cold rush of cold, icy wind blow in as it is nighttime outside, and then rush back into the brick, close the gate.
Cold. Running and screaming cold.
Yep, you rush back in, close the gate, and those of you at the pilot's chairs are ready to go as you guys are prepared to leave the facility.
So I was just gonna give a quick shout back. Aola, can you mark coordinates down or whatever?
Yes, I can. And I'm going to fiddle with my headset, and I'm going to switch over the threat over to the navigation.
Okay.
Also,
And I'm gonna mark it down.
if you can, that little tablet thing, if you can put it on there.
How
that
do you
would
know I
be
have a tablet
wonderful.
thing?
Because we saw you fiddling with it earlier.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, did you?
You were holding it out, I think.
No.
Yeah, because you
Either on
put
the-
your knife up and then you pull out the tablet again.
Okay. Wait, so what did you want me to do with the tablet thing? Sorry, I wasn't listening for a second.
The coordinates.
Oh, yeah. I power up the tablet again and kind of type everything down that's reading on my headset. So coordinates and everything.
All right.
And then once I have the starting coordinates, I turn off the tablet to preserve the power.
All right.
And put it away.
Okay. So, as you guys prepare yourselves to leave the facility, one of you guys is once again going to have to make a piloting planetary check to roll this hunk of junk out of the hangar bay and to push forward towards the civilization of Fort Ypso, about roughly at this point about 200 miles west of where you guys currently are.
How does the light side die work?
Light side, so the light side die, so that would be your dice pool, which is your destiny. You can use one of those to give yourself an additional yellow die to a check. However, if you use a destiny point, I'm going to warn you now, once you use a destiny point, the destiny point is given to me. So it will become, you will go down from 2 light side to 1 light side, and I will go from 4 dark side to 5 dark.
He has an extra chance to fuck with us.
Mm.
Not in the good way.
Ooh.
Sorry.
A large group of rocks fall on your party. You're all
We
dead.
all die.
So the
Fuck.
only way for them to like fully go away is for you to use something.
They never fully go away.
So if you use the dark side, do we get a light?
Yep.
Ah.
It goes back and forth. So the way the destiny pool works, it's a give and take by the party and the GM throughout the entire session. So you guys use light side points, I use dark side points to either make something, I can make something more difficult for you, you guys can make something easier for you.
Okay.
So if you want to make a the piloting planetary check and you would wish to use one of the light side points, you are within your power to do so, and you would change the other green die that you have to a yellow. So it would be 2 yellow die.
Maybe not right now.
That is fair.
Would it still be with the advantage if it's only one person rolling?
So if you are rolling, because now you are planning to leave and move, you will have to be the one of you will have to be piloting the craft, which is piloting planetary. The other one is going to be is going to have to be navigating the using navigation to be able to find your way around.
Sars is going to stand up and offer his seat to Haruko. Just a small feeling that I might be a little bit better versed in mapping than you, so you might want to take over for the wheel.
All right. I crashed this. It's not my fault then.
Yeah, that's fair. I can fix it.
All right. So, Haruko, go ahead and make your average difficulty, so 2 purple die, piloting planetary check. SARS, I need you to make an activation check.
Any difficulty on it?
It's average difficulty.
Okay.
All right, there you go. So, with that, Haruko, you are successfully, as you begin to push the lever forward, use the gravitational dampeners to be able to hover the vehicle forward out of the facility. You are successful in removing it from the hangar bay. You do scrape it a little bit along the edges of the doorway. So it scrapes a little bit of the paint off, but it's rusted anyway. So your 2 threat die go to the basically scraping the sides of the vehicle as you leave the hangar. However, SARS, you are able to go through the navigation system, however old it is, and find the remnants of what you can only assume is Fort Yipso on your navigation system, and basically map your way to that system as you guys force your way out of the hangar and start flying this giant hunk of crap towards your destination and possible salvation and evacuation from this wasteland.
It has a name, even if it's a shitty one.
The Brick.
The brick
So-
got me bricked up.
So, as you guys begin to rush forward, this vehicle is large, it's loud. Those of you in the back are not having a comfortable ride. It's bouncing all over the damn place. It's like riding in the back of an old pickup truck. It bounces, it rumbles, it vibrates. It's not a fun time. But you guys very quickly start to pick up speed, and you guys, within a few minutes of this thing warming its very old engines up, are able to get up to roughly 100 miles an hour. So about 160 kilometers an hour across these wasteland covered in snow, and start heading west, piloted by Haruko and navigated by SARS, as you guys push forward towards your eventual destination of Fort Yipso. And that is where we're going to pick up next week. We're going to end the session for today. We're going to keep it short and sweet and pick up next week at the ripe time of 5:30. Fingers crossed.
It's not my fault. I need money to live.
Oh,
All right.
This is just a pure hypothetical, and more if I remember it than anything. Those 2 advantage. If I remember that, would I be able to pass it on to the first roll of next session?
Would.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best to remember that.
The actual thing is going to stay. Like the chat box will stay, so you'll be able to see that you have those 2.
Okay, because I know that sometimes for me when I refresh a page or close out of it, it'll remove the chat. So
Daniel, there's this I was about to say, there's this really cool thing called a snipping tool.
Yeah. I already did it.
All right. So,
Alright,
have you ended the recording?
I'm doing that now.